Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new. If you're not, thanks for stopping back by. Today we're going to talk about December budget closeout. So how did I spend my money in December to end 2022 on a high note, if I do say so myself. There were definitely some moments where I could have done better, but I feel really good overall. So let's go ahead and get into it. As per usual, we'll start with my housing and utilities, and here was pretty good. So the half of the mortgage was $444.95, and then I budgeted $85 for electricity and only had to pay $73.50, which was nice. Next up, we had 3 bills: water, internet, and trash, that are always the same. So that was $10, $23, and $14. And then my phone bill, which was $37.82. For some reason, it was like a few cents cheaper than normal. Can't explain that, but I'll take it. Next up, we had auto insurance at $151.90 as expected. And then fuel, I actually ended up only spending $56 on fuel. Part of that is because at the very end of November, I filled my car up, and I have a diesel, so it goes a while on one tank. And then with the holidays, I just didn't go to the gym as much. Yikes. And I really just didn't have to go as many places. So it ended up working out really well to save some money in the fuel budget. And then we get to the best part, my debt payments. So December was a big debt month for me. I was able to make my minimum payment on my car of $290, and then I made extra payments of $3,050 to my car loan, and I'll show you in the income how that came to happen, but I was really happy with that. And then additionally, I ended up go ahead and paying the care credit off that I've been working on throughout the year. It only had, on top of the normal $80 I was putting, it only had $407 left to go. So I went ahead and paid that off so that I could start 2023 without needing to worry about it. So yeah, that is donezo as well. So I'll show you in my debt payoff more about the numbers that I'm dealing with for 2023 debt payoff. But yeah, it was a big month, and I'm really proud of that. Next up, for groceries, I budgeted $350 and did pretty good there. With only 5 cents over. And then for restaurants, I budgeted $100 and ended up spending $144. There was at one point we went to that was in December. We went to a restaurant, and I paid for 3 people plus a good tip. So it ended up being a little more than I expected, but it was so worth it, holidays and all. And then for my entertainment subscription area here, I had Spotify at $10, Prime at $7, and Hulu at $2. So all of those were on budget. And then last, for the typical expenses area, I've got my miscellaneous expenses. So for household toiletries, I had budgeted $75, and I actually spent $134.91. Now, part of the reason for that is that I actually did a household toiletry order right at the end of December for January, which I would normally just wait until the January budget. But I had some extra in my line item budget, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and get ahead for January, and ended up putting it in December. So that's kind of why it's over there. And then for personal spending, I just blew it. I just spent so much money personally. Part of it is because I got some gift cards unexpectedly, and the rest I can't even explain. Part of it is that I bought this new desk, and so I wanted to get monitor mounts and cable management and fancy shoe boxes for my closet and all that stuff. So that was like $100 of that. And then let's see, I bought a bunch of Cards Against Humanity, and I bought some new slides because I actually had these Adidas memory foam slide shoes since freshman year of high school. So what is that, for almost 12 years that I was rocking those shoes. They were terrible. My partner was trying to get me to get rid of them for so long, but they finally actually broke. So I had to replace those, and I just went ahead and did it because I had the money in the budget. Even though it doesn't look like I had the money, more money came in. So anyway, miscellaneous, I stayed pretty close to budget with $48. Some of that was some snacks at one point. You'll see I said F Substack here because I don't know why they just randomly charged me again. I guess maybe I paused a subscription instead of canceling it. I don't remember. So I was just annoyed that day, but I officially really canceled it this time. So yeah, got that under control. Moving along, we'll hit up the saving and sinking fund section here. I had $250 planned for my Roth IRA, and I was able to make that happen. For my brokerage, I had planned to put $50 in and ended up only putting $40, but I was pretty happy with that because for my annual goal for that account, it got me over the 75% mark, which is pretty good. For propane, I budgeted $100 and put $100. For home, I budgeted $500 and saved I spent 20 and then saved 455. So did good there. That was from needing to refill my home fund from a prior month. So did great there. For vehicles, I did not put anything into savings, and for vacation, I did not put anything into savings. And the reason for that is right up next. So in my gift fund, I planned 150 and I spent $867. So that is why some of these sections had to be zero. The main thing is my partner's Xbox broke, and I just am so generous at the holidays. I literally could not resist. I couldn't stop myself from just getting him a new Xbox. It's wintertime, so my partner's very outdoorsy. He does not play Xbox during like the warmer months, but once it got to like freezing temperatures, he was playing Xbox, and he loves doing that. His brother plays, and now his nephew has created an account. So it was just like, I don't want him to go through the holidays without an Xbox, and I really don't want him to go all winter without one. It's like everybody deserves something to be able to relieve their stress, and he has a somewhat stressful job, and so I just couldn't resist. I got it for him. And then what else did I do? Oh, I under budgeted for my nephew's Christmas presents. I budgeted like 40 or 50 bucks for him, and I just felt like that wasn't enough because he's my only nephew, and he's only like 10 or 11, and he just deserves to be spoiled from Auntie Caitlin. So I went ahead and ended up spending a little bit more on him, closer to the 200 range, and that really added to that money there. And then there was just a few other small gifts I ended up getting for my brother's girlfriend has 2 kids, so I ended up getting each of her kids something small, like under $10, that kind of thing, just because I don't know her very well or anything, but I just don't want her kids feeling left out. So yeah, stuff like that. It ended up going way over budget, but I regret nothing. Like, everybody has been so happy with this Christmas, like, and my partner spoiled the heck out of me too, so don't you worry. He went above and beyond on my gifts as well. So yeah, we're gift givers, and that's what happened. So I wish I had budgeted more for it, but it's okay because it worked out. Lastly, I had family budgeted for 50, and I ended up spending $60. And that was just for like some cleaning supplies for them, a new trash can because they like needed a new one, stuff like that. So nothing crazy there. Did pretty good. And then for emergencies, I did end up putting $250 in like I planned, and that brought me all the way to $5,000 for my emergency fund, $5,000 even. Very excited about that. That isn't necessarily like a certain month milestone, but it's a big milestone to hit that much for my emergency fund, and it makes me be able to breathe. Like, I just feel like we're okay. If, something crazy happens with the house, we're going to be okay. Yeah, so anyway, very happy with the emergency fund. I'm going to keep funding it. I'm not to where I want to be with it, but I just feel like I hit this really good milestone at the end of the year. So on top of paying a lot towards debt, I was still able to hit a milestone for the emergency fund. So I'm just, life was good. And investments, I still was able to invest quite a bit in December. Like, it was just a great month, guys. Just a good month, money-wise. So let's get into the income and how the heck I made all this happen. So first and foremost, I had 3 paychecks in December, and 2 of them actually included $20 extra because I had decreased my 401k to the minimum match. So I was putting in 6%, and then I put it to 5% because that's what the match is. But then they changed the match going into 2023, so I am increasing it back to 6%, but just for a couple checks, it was lower, so I got 20 extra bucks. And then for the student loan refund, I did get that refund coming in, and that ended up being $19.66, so more than one of my checks. And so that is why I was able to make such a big debt payment. And then that's why I was also able to reallocate some money towards gifts, because I had that come in so that I could put most of that towards, all of that towards paying my car down, because like I said, I put about $3,300 to my car, and so obviously nearly $2,000 of that came from the student loan refund. So yeah. Anyway, I also ended up bringing in a lot of gift cards. So I had 20 from Fetch, 18 from Upside, and then 110 from Amazon gift cards from work. And then on top of that, I had cash come in from a class action lawsuit that I signed on to, and then some credit card cash back of $43. So all in all, I brought in $77.38 and spent $77.38 and 15 cents left over. Doing great. I didn't have to withdraw anything from savings in order to make everything happen this month, which was really exciting. Even though I went over in several areas, I still didn't overspend what I brought in, which is fantastic to me. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys. If you have questions or you want to make fun of me for like going over somewhere, that's totally fine. Hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, whatever it is for you, and I will catch you in the next video.